Alright, so Cookie Run Kingdom has finally put out the Silent Salt teaser update video thing, and it's great and all, but there's this one slight issue with it, and it is this short clip right here. If it can load. YouTube, if it can load. Thank you. Yeah, that is 99 million damage in one skill in Arena. Let's play that back again. Oh, yeah, that is a tad bit concerning. So, I'm here to give you the breakdown of what I think is actually gonna happen with this, because I don't think this is gonna come up every skill, and it might honestly not be that broken, which is crazy to say, but hear me out. So, let's think about firstly, how do we trigger the 99 million damage? So, there's three main ways I think the 99 million damage can be triggered. One is that it triggers every skill, which is completely how do I put this nicely? Dumb. Okay, first of all, it would break the game, quite obviously. Not even in PvE though. His skill is honestly a bit too slow to be alliance meta when electric is really good. Like currently, the current top speed for electric is like 25 seconds. So I don't think it'll be alliance meta. It'll be alliance meta sometimes, but not all the times, especially since alliance bosses can have up to like 300, 400 million HP. This actually isn't enough to one-shot alliance bosses. And then in guild, in the Red Velvet Dragon, 99 million damage isn't really that much to one target. Like top RVD scores are 21 billion. In the Avatar of Destiny, there's no way Silent Salt doesn't apply a debuff. He's banned immediately, basically. The Living Abyss might be interesting if this applies every skill, which it won't, but it might be interesting. But I don't think it'll outscale raw damage. There is potential for some kind of Carol Silent Salt 2-man comp, but I think they're gonna make the skill not affected by attack speed changes as per usual. So yeah, that's probably not gonna work out. You can probably only get like 10, 11, 12, 13 casts in a guild boss fight. And with 9 targets, that's a total of 100 million times 9 times like 15. Yeah, only like 13.5 billion damage. I can hit 13.5 billion, and I don't even have a plus 20 blueberry pie. So yeah, that's not gonna work in the Living Abyss. And similarly, not for the Clanker boss, that's just not enough damage. For PvP, yeah, uh, that is concerning, but it is concerning enough to where I know Dev Sisters isn't gonna make that 99 million damage come in freely because they want to make money. If my Silent Salt can one-shot a 6 Ascension Silent Salt, they're not gonna make money. If they make promotions irrelevant, then a lot of people are just gonna not care about promotions, and in turn, that's gonna hurt their bottom line. So it'll hurt everybody, and it won't even increase our guild torches. So that's probably not the case. Now, option two, there is some kind of mechanic that makes it difficult to access, but you will eventually get that 99 million damage. It ties into option three, but this one is a bit more vague. This was my initial thought on how to get this Gigadamic proc, and honestly, I don't think so because let's say, for example, having a cookie silence for 20 seconds in total, like every second a cookie silence, it charges up a bar, and then when that bar reaches full, Shadow Silence Salt's next cast insta kills the cookie. Then people will start just running stall silent salt comps, and then they won't have any offense except for the one shot. So then lower promotion players can also run the stall silent salt comps. Oh my god. Because they're not gonna die to anything except for the one shot, and they're not gonna be able to kill the stall comp. So then what's the difference between promoted silent salt and an unpromoted silent salt again? So that's probably not the case. But the third one, which I think is actually how it's gonna work, is that it'll be an execute. And for those of you out of the loop, because execute is the term in CRK, it basically just means if an enemy is below X% of max HP, kill them, basically. And this would make sense. Let's just play the clip again. You can see that all of these cookies have a mark on them, which I believe will indicate whether or not the cookie gets the sound salt execute. And then executes are normally true damage, and being a very specific number and being a number in white does seem to indicate it being true damage. That might just be steel damage, but I don't think steel damage is that color in specific. But I'm getting ahead of myself. It is most likely in execute because, one, I mean, he just fits the kind of character that would do an execute. Like, I'm supposed to give a better analysis, but like, Sansok just looks like a character who would have an execute skill. Like, look at that sword. Look at his design. And look at the skill. But, anyway. Second of all, we don't have an execute in CRK yet. And if any cookie were to bring an execute mechanic into CRK, it would be the last piece to be released. It would just make sense. So, how would this impact the meta? I mean, Sound Salt's definitely gonna be strong, no doubt about it. They're gonna make him strong, and if he's not strong, they're just gonna buff him. But is the execute portion of the skill itself inherently unbalanced? And honestly, not really. Because if you think about it, Dark Cacao is a 40% execute in the opposite direction through his injury mechanics before getting into how Pure Vanilla can cleanse it and then Doyle can cleanse undispellable buffs, debuffs. Let's just not get into that. And even when neither of them were meta, because during the Fire Spirit Hollowberry era, Pure Vanilla was team number 2, and then Doyle didn't exist. Dark Cacao was just a meh side comp. Like, if, let's be honest, it's gonna be at most a 15% execute. If Dark Cacao can have a 40% execute in the opposite direction, and he's just meh, this part of his skill isn't gonna be that strong. However, this only applies if it's a normal execute. If we look at Shadow Milk, the devs have gone off the walls with how they design meta PvP cookies. There is a non-zero chance that the execute does something stupid and breaks the game and breaks the rules of the game. My bet is that the execute is gonna bypass immortality. First of all, the stupid clown has been in the arena for way too long. Second of all, look at him, it makes sense. He can break the rules. It just makes sense. Look at his design, he's pure aura farming. And yeah, that's basically it. Or alternatively, the mark, which I presume is the trigger condition for the execute, what if it applies if a cookie ever gets below the HP threshold? Like, let's say the HP threshold is 10%. If, say, your Eternal Sugar goes down to 5% HP and then gets healed up by Doyle, he's still dying to the next Sound Salt cast. So either of those two mechanics, I say the first one is a bit more likely, the second one is less likely. They're both unlikely, but still possible. Granted, they did show Rockstar in the teaser video, and he still did his encore. So it might not bypass immortality, but Rockstar's encore might be coded differently. Who knows? But oh well, that's about it for this video, and see ya!